Nanas kung kahkiw episagiw egota. Epentohtabek. Nanas kung mino ka pagsemochik. Kanote kung pata chikoge. Tendaan tohtawag nista. Nagakete. Nimiwaten. As a very young man, I never thought I'd ever be a chief. I was the first chief to bring in casinos the way they work in Saskatchewan, the way the money was going to be divided up. Of course, there was other chiefs that began to fall into line. But why did I do that? Government money was never sufficient to run the reserve. Never. Never enough money to run the programs on the reserve. Never. And it never will be. But 1.5, 1.6 million has come into the reserve now. When I left office 6 years ago, it was just beginning to come in. I have to work for all the reserves to do it for Ahtahkakoop. But today, people are enjoying spending that money, using that money to run their reserves, including ours, Ahtahkakoop. I did that work for the people. There's other things I can do yet. There's other things I can do yet, and I've shared with a few people. Economic development is not impossible. When we worked on casinos, when I started that, people said, "You're crazy. It'll never happen." I said, "Just watch. Just watch." Today, how many years have we been enjoying casinos, Richard? He's the manager of the casino here in PA. My son works there. Other people enjoy the casino working there. Other people enjoy playing there. People condemned me for playing there so much. Thank you for condemning me because, yes, my money goes a little bit further now that I don't play. I've lost the urge to go to the casino. But other people can play so that our monies can build at the reserve. I'd like to congratulate all the old people, especially Chief Ahtahkakoop, with his council and his people of the day. I have an old document here my daughter keeps. I would love for you people to see that, but somebody here said we're all related. You look at that old document from the 1870s. Father Chevalier wrote down the brothers and sisters of Ahtahkakoop. And you're all there. Every one of your ancestors are there. The original Mississauga, the original Saskatchewan, the original Ahenakew. There's some older women there that were sisters that I never heard about ever. One was called Kamusit. One was called Kamsinotugoyot. I think that one ended up in Onion Lake, the chief family, related in Onion Lake. Kamusit ended up as an Esperance in Beardy's. She has that paper. Ask her to see that paper. But I didn't only just fight for casinos to bring revenue into the band. I fought for everything I could fight for in the treaties. I helped increase post-secondary funding. There wasn't enough money in post-secondary. I helped increase that for the students. And it's still not enough. We have to fight for more of that money again. I fought for gas tax and tobacco tax. I went to court. I spoke for 2 minutes in Saskatoon at court. And I won that. Not to build my name up. I did that for you people so you'd have cheaper cigarettes and cheaper gas. But there's got to be a meeting ground where our people can have cheaper fuel and cheaper food commodities. That's what the store is for, to benefit our people. I fought for a lot of things for everybody here. People enjoy that, to make their lives easier. Administration, I brought administration into Ahtahkakoop. I'd like to thank the Saskatchewan being the chief at that time. He had the balls to do it. He brought the administration into Ahtahkakoop. I was the administrator that began the programs and building the programs. There was no running water on the reserve. The older people will remember that. I changed the RAP program, CMHC. We changed the wording on that so it would be a non-repayable grant to put running water or renovate your homes. But running water is what we're after so that people would have an easier time. The elders would have an easier time. The people that had disabilities would have an easier time. The children would have an easier time. I did a lot of things. I'm proud of all those things because I'm not here for vengeance. I don't stand here to get even. I stand here to make life easier for the young ones in the future, which brings me to land claims. We started land claims, but we didn't start them right away for a reason. Why? Because we were watching and looking and observing and learning what the other reserves were doing and how they began paying and selling off a piece of land that they bought in land claim to pay off other pieces of land, tax on land claim, which is wrong. That should never be because land is banned funds. Land is what Ahtahkakoop gave us. We've got to respect it the way the old chiefs left it for us. That way we protect those lands in the future. Our original land that Ahtahkakoop left us, plus the land claim land. We protect it for the future generations that we don't even see yet. I'd like to congratulate Wayne. Wayne was involved in bringing in the first school with Chief Lancelot Ahenakew, the hall, and the hockey arena. That man has done a lot for the reserve to show us that we can build, to show us that we can build into the future, to work together, and they did that. Then Paul finished building the school. I'd like to congratulate myself for building the addition to that school, even though we had a lot of opposition. I walked right into Parliament building in Ottawa and wanted to see the Prime Minister. I got to meet the Deputy Prime Minister. After I met him, I flew home. Indian Affairs phoned me from Regina and asked me, what the hell did you do? I said, what? You got your school. The children have enjoyed a school there. That's one thing I propose that I want to do, and it becomes reality. But the foremost thing is specific claims and treaty land entitlement to make sure that our children are not going to be jeopardized in the future, or our grandchildren, or great-grandchildren, or the ones that are not born yet. Where is our treaty rights going? We have to go out there and fight for those things. We can't just sit at home, or we just can't go to an FSI meeting and expect people to say, okay, we give you that right. You've got to stand up and fight for those rights with government. I've been told that the pavement and the school addition, which was on our 5-year plan, is because of me, by MPs in Ottawa. 5-year plans that we did. And the reason why that pavement was on there, because I was trying to bring in a manufacturing plant that could employ up to 200-300 people, maybe even more, onto the reserve borders. And that's the first thing government people would ask me is, do you have pavement on the reserve? And I'd have to say no, but we'll work on it. I'll work on it. And we started working on it. So the best thing is to carry on together sincerely, work together to improve the lives of our elders. They shouldn't be sitting at home trying to figure out how to pay $500-600 on energy. They should be getting help from that $1.6 million casino money, which is what it was supposed to do. There was an old lady that just paid $727 on power bill. Pensioner. Shouldn't be in that situation. Should be getting money from out of that $1.6 million to aid the elders. They were there for us to bring us to where we are now. That's why we must honor and recognize them, but also the youth, the future leaders you talk about. What more, what better thing can we do for them than to develop together and show each other love and kindness? You got to show each other love and kindness. Always remember, the first way of Ahtahkakoop and the people before that for thousands of years was the Indian way. And that was God, and He still is here today, and it's the same God. Traditional way. And I'm not knocking down religions. I'm just saying, be open. Be open to the traditional people. Be open to the Pentecostal people. Be open to the Anglican people. My grandfather was an Anglican minister. Be open to any kind of religion. And yes, the poor people. The people are the power. But hey,